Alright guys, so now that we did the about section, we want to move on to the authors. Alright, so for the authors, we have a bunch of images that we want to bring in. So I'm just going to grab those real quick. They should be in your project files for this section or this lecture. Let me just grab them real quick and let's go and paste them in. So we want to go into the IMG folder and we'll paste them in. So just these images of these people, all these images are from Pexels.com, but I did crop them just to get just their headshots. Alright, so now let's go back to our index.html. We're going to go right under the about section we did in the last video. Let's put a comment here. We'll say authors. And let's do section. You guys know the deal, the drill. Give it an ID of authors. We're also going to give it a class of my5 for padding, margin 5 on the top and bottom, and also a text center class. Alright, and then in here we're going to have our container, we're going to have our row, and we're going to have, we're going to use some columns here. Actually, you know what? We want to do the header first. We're going to use a header just like we did here. So we can actually copy that if we go up here. And let's see, we're going to grab this call. Actually, no, we're not. We're going to grab the info header. So this div to this div. Alright, and then we'll go down. And we're going to put a call class here and then paste that in. Okay, let's change why this book to meet the authors. And let's save it, take a look. So it should look like that. And then we're going to have another row under that one. Okay, so this row ends right here. Let's put another one. And then we're going to have 4 3-column divs, okay, on large screens. We're actually going to make it so that it's, let me just show you on the finished product. Which is, let's see, where is it? Alright, so you can see on large screens we have 4 3-column divs, but when I make it smaller, it's going to go to 2 6-column divs. Okay, on small screens, medium screens, it'll be 2 6-column divs, and then it's going to stack when it's really small. Alright, so that's what we want to do. So let's put in some divs right here. So we'll say call. Let's do call LG3, right? And we want call MD-6. And then we want 4 of these, so I'm just going to do times 4 with Emmet. So for this first one, each author is going to have a card, so we're going to put a class of card. And then we're going to put a class of card body. And inside the card body, let's put an image. These images are going to have a class of IMG fluid. They're also going to have a class of rounded circle. They're going to have a class of W-50. Okay, this is one of the width classes, 50%. And then MB3, which is a margin bottom 3. Okay, so let's point to the first image, which is in the image folder, and it's going to be called person1.jpg. Let's save that just to see if it shows up. Okay, it does, good. Now under the image, we're going to have the person's name inside of an H3, so this is going to be Susan Williams. Okay, and then under the H3 we'll have an H5. This H5 we're going to give it a class of text muted to give it a lighter color. And this is going to be our position, which is going to be the lead writer. Alright, under that we're going to have a paragraph with just some dummy text. We'll say 15 words. And then we want to have her social media icons. Now the social media icons I'm actually going to put in a flex row. So let's create a div with the class of dflex, also flex-row. We're also going to justify it to the center. Remember we learned all this a while back. So justify content center. And in here we're going to have a couple divs. Each one will have padding 4, so we're going to do P-4. And let's actually do 3 of these. Okay. And inside each one we'll have a link. So just an A tag. It's not going to go anywhere. But then in here we're going to have our social media icon. So this will be a Facebook icon. So we're going to do a class of FA and then FA-Facebook. Okay, so that's our icon. And then what I'll do is just copy this, go into the next one. This one's going to be FA Twitter. And then the next one is going to be FA Instagram. And we'll save. And it should look like this. Okay, we are going to add some custom styles, but that's what it should look like now. So what I want to do is just copy the entire card, which ends right here. So we'll grab that. We're going to put it in the next column, and then we're going to change some stuff up. So we want to change the image to person 2. We want to change the name. So the name is going to be Grace Smith. The position I'm going to change to co-writer. And we're going to leave the social icons the same. Okay, next let's go into the next column, paste in the card. Change the image to person 3, and we're going to change the name to John Doe. The position here is going to be let's see, editor, and the rest we can leave. And then the final one, we'll paste that in, and this is going to be, let's see, person4.jpg. The H3 is going to be Kevin Swanson, and his position is going to be designer. Okay, let's save that, and now we have our authors. Now there's some styling I want to do here. For one, I want to bring these images up above so they're kind of on the top line here. I think that's something that we can do that'll make it a little different. I also want to make it so that when we hover over these, we get the primary color. So let's go to our style.scss file. Go down to the very bottom, and remember we gave it an ID of authors, the section. We're going to take the images in authors, and we're going to say margin top, and we're going to set a negative 50 pixels. Save that, and you'll see that that will bring them up into the top here. So for the fonts, the .fa class, I just want to make the fonts bigger. So we're going to set the font size to, let's say, 25 pixels. Save, and now you can see these images, these icons are bigger. Now we want that hover effect, so what we'll do is still nested in the author's div here, the author's ID, we're going to say .card, okay, the class of card, and then when it's hovered, we want the background to be the primary color, which isn't a variable. Alright, we also want the color to be white, and then we also want the links to be white when we hover, because right now you'll see if I hover, the social media links disappear because they're the same color as the background. So what we want to do is say .fa and set the color to white. Okay, so now you can see them. And that's it. That's it for the authors. So in the next video, we're going to get to the contact. Okay, we're going to have a little contact form at the bottom, and then we're going to do the main footer.